Good morning, watch fans. This is Big Jim with the Big Wrist. And I had somebody post a really good comment that I had addressed previously. And I'm going to do it again, maybe in more detail. What makes a big wrist? What do I consider a big wrist? What does everyone else, including the manufacturers, consider a big wrist? Well, that could not be a bigger statement. Literally, everybody treats it a little bit differently. But the average wrist in North America is 7 inches, 7 and a quarter if you're generous. That really is, for all males across North America, the dead average. So a smaller wrist, 6 and a half, 6 and 3/4, still very common. A bigger wrist, up to 7 and 3/4. And that would be considered, the broad spectrum from 6 and 3/4 to 7 and 3/4. That's almost every single male in North America. Now, there are a few of us out there who fall outside that parameter. There are even a couple of well-known YouTubers, Jeff McMahon, Federico Talks Watches, myself. We all have bigger than those wrists. We all run a little bit outside that. I had someone post today who said he has a 9-inch wrist. Previously, I engaged conversation with someone who had over a 10-inch wrist. So there are some big, big wrists out there. And if you're curious for the 10-inch guy, I put them onto my favorite NATO straps. They run 12 and a half, 13 inches when they're bought on the long side. Barton and a few other companies make a very long NATO strap. And if you have a monstrously large wrist, a NATO or buying links for like a Longines. Longines run a little bit longer than everyone. They fit about an 8 and a quarter inch on a regular basis. You could buy 4 links for Longines and it'll probably fit you just fine. But let's start with the world's most popular, most well-known brand, the Rolex. The Rolex, it generally speaking, out of the box, 13 links on my OP came out of the box. It fits a 7.5 wrist. If I opened up all the micro adjustments, it'd fit 7 and 3/4. And that was it. That was all it would get out of it. And at the time I bought this, I was over 8 and a quarter inch wrists. So that meant I had to buy links. But I got this at a great price. And I knew when I bought it, I had to buy links. So I had no problem. I bought 3 links at $80 a link. And I absolutely knew this when I bought it, that it wasn't going to fit me. But of course, I now have lost some weight. I'm down to 8.12 basically, under 8 and a quarter, not quite down to 8. So I took 1 link out, and now I have 1 link put away, and I have 2 extra links in there, giving me a 15 link bracelet on my OP39. And yes, it wears a little bit bigger than a 39 millimeter. It's my smallest daily wear watch. It wears a little bit bigger than that because of the very long bracelet this way. Non-articulating metal links make it wear a little bit longer than you would think. So, but great watch. And again, Rolex out of the box is going to fit anything smaller than 7 3/4. So and that's the biggest, most famous watch brand in the world. Tudor. This is a Tudor original bracelet. Out of the box, Tudor fits an 8 and a quarter all day long. It fits it with all the links, and in the middle, on the middle of the, right there, in the dead center of the micro adjustment. So Tudor fits a little bit bigger than average. It'll fit 8 and a quarter. Great fitting bracelet. This is Doxa out of the box. It'll fit 8 and a quarter all day long. And it came with, 4 micros right there. You can see them. Another great dive watch out of the box, fits beautifully. This is a Tudor North Flag discontinued watch. It has a flat style H-link. I knew when I bought it, because it's an older watch, discontinued 5 or 6 years ago. I knew it was going to be a hard time getting it to fit my wrist because it wasn't, the more modern watch. When they would, generally throw an extra link in there just to make it fit more wrists. So this thing just didn't fit me, plain and simple. It was It fit an 8-inch wrist barely, and I had to find I never did find a link for it. So luckily, I had an extra link from here, and so I buried that link because it's not the same link. I buried it back here in the very back, and it's a little bit different than the rest of the links. Nobody can tell. So I never did find the link, and someday I'll find one, but I never did. This makes it fit me. Speedmaster. I'm sorry, the Seamaster. I knew it wasn't going to fit me. I was told it wasn't going to fit me. They were right. I had to buy one link at $70, so I bought one link. Longines, one of my all-time favorite overall brands. Both these watches, out of the box, fit me beautifully. This is a 42 GMT, and this is a 43 millimeter daily wear. They both fit me beautifully out of the box. They'll fit up to 8.25, maybe 8.33 inch. They have a lot of micros. They're just great fitting watches, and they're big watches. So I would not recommend them for smaller wrists. All the Casios fit barely. This is an original Casio bracelet, Casio strap. It barely fit. So I got this. This is a different bracelet off of a different Casio that's from Europe. And for some reason, I saw it was a little bit longer on the picture, and I can get this on the second notch when I'm wearing it. This is the Casio Combi. Great combi bracelet. It's a combination of metal and plastic bracelet. It looks really cool, wears great. It's a really long bracelet, and there are copies available from China that are very, very close. You'd have a hard time. So if you had a 10-inch wrist, you could buy one of these $17 copies of this bracelet, and you could interlink those bracelet pieces in there, and you would have yourself, a G-Shock on a bracelet that would fit you. Timex. Timex is a great example. This is the original Timex strap that came with it. When I wear it, it'll fit right to there on an 8.125. 8.125. Yes, right there on the second to the last strap. I think this will stretch out a little bit, and maybe it'll fit a little better. That's what a big wrist is. Now, my Tissot, when I bought it, I absolutely knew it was going to be tight. I bought this from NAD and tried it on, and I heard this bracelet was a little bit smaller. I got a little water stain on there. I heard this bracelet was a little bit smaller than people who had a big wrist. So when I bought this, they had a really hard time making it fit their wrists. And I bought this 3 or 4 months after it came out. So since I bought this from an AD, Tissot offers 3 free links when you buy from an AD. So I got the watch, ordered the 3 links, and they fit. They're so close. They are not quite the same bracelet links, but they are so close, mathematically almost imperceptible. Really, very, very hard to tell them apart. So I put the 2 of the 3 links on here, and now it fits. It cost me nothing. I got this on a great price, and now it fits on a bracelet. And they make a strap for the Tissot it's pretty long. It's not great, but it's pretty long. And there are strap companies that make custom longer straps, but you got to really be careful what you buy. This is a Chinese copy of the Casio bracelet, and this thing is long. This thing is really long, and it's on the very first. So I could actually, this would probably fit, a 9-inch wrist more than likely. And it fits, my 8.125 beautifully. In fact, anything, it's a little bit loose. I have lost a little bit of weight. So, it's really nice to have bracelets that fit longer. And of course, my all-time favorite straps, Barton straps. These are both Bartons. I'll take that back. This is a Barton. This is not. Barton uses these cross members, fabric cross member, to hold it in place like a keeper. And this is who knows what this is. And this is just a strap with regular metal keepers. But, both these are great straps. The Barton comes in long, 12 inches. This one, it was posted, I believe, has a 12-inch strap, and it's a little longer than that. But as you can tell, I do wear these on a regular basis, and they both fit my wrists beautifully. Again, I just happen to look for the longer strap. Nice thing about the Nadals is you can tuck them around, and you can wear them as single pass like I do, or you can cut them to fit so they're going to fit a smaller wrist. Just makes a really nice option. So people with bigger wrists, people with smaller wrists. So that's what makes a big wrist. For me personally, from the manufacturers, they cut it at 7 3/4 is where they generally make all their bracelets fit. And anything smaller than that is going to be okay. Of course, those of us with bigger wrists, 8 inches and above, we have to buy links, we have to know it's going to fit, or we have to change out straps. So this has been Big Jim with the Big Wrist. You have a great one. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.